foot-stomping joy that no one can muffle when we begin the Card Shark Shuffle on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much and welcome to Card Shark. Good to have you here. Yes, indeed, the Card Shark Shuffle. It starts very early in the morning with the crew shuffling the cards and the standards and practices, people watching over their shoulders, and then the players in front of our audience cut the cards, and then we're ready, and so we are. Molly Bradley of Seaside, Oregon, thank you for that opening poem, and now let's get to the cards. Janice and Regina, start loading in the cards, if you will, and we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Sidel Wiener. Hello, Sidel. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Won't you again remind us about yourself?
My name is Sidel Wiener. I'm from West Covina, California, originally from New York. And I teach part-time at a college, and I have a 4-month-old baby boy.
Now, you look so young to be a college professor. What do you teach in college?
I teach drama.
Oh, well, that sounds very interesting. And you're a good player here, having won $4,100 in cash, right? Good job. Tom Stitch, our challenger. Hi, Tom. Good to see you again. Hi. Won't you tell us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Tom Stitch. I was born and raised in the Midwest. I now live in San Diego. I work for a public relation advertising firm back there, and I love slow pitch softball.
That's right, and you're played with a team that are the state champions, right? Good to have you back. We play the best 2 games out of 3, and as we left off, Sidel won the first game, right? So the pressure is on the challenger right away.
We'll get her.
We'll get her, she says. Let's find out as we pick up where we left off with the same 2 decks of cards and a question to Sidel. Sidel, we polled 100 single women, all over 65 and dating. And we asked them, if your boyfriend asked you to move in with him, would you do it? How many senior citizen women said they would move in with him?
Well, I think it'd be more than it might have been a few years ago, especially since with Social Security benefits, often it makes more sense for older people to live together. So I would say maybe 60 would.
60? What do you think, Tom? Higher or lower?
Well, my personal opinion on it, I'd have to say it's lower, Jim, because I just feel that they still have that same, like my mom said, you know, be good.
Just, you don't do that at that
That's
age, right?
right.
So, well, Tom, if it's lower, you'll go to the cards first. Okay. If not, it'll be Sidel. The actual number of dating senior citizen women who would move in with their boyfriend is 24. Very much lower, Tom. You know, Sidel, you had a point. Maybe it didn't occur to them about the Social Security. So the challenger gets the first look at his cards, and Tom starts with a 5.
I want to change that card, Jim.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it. A 10.
I'm going to say it's lower, Jim.
Lower than a 10.
All
yes,
right.
a 3.
Break up. Higher, Jim.
Higher than a 3. Oh, no, a 2. Tom, I seem to recall you had the same kind of problem with the cards last time.
Certainly
it's a break for Sidel. She plays a king.
Ooh, okay, lower.
Lower than a king. An 8.
Freeze.
Taking that 1 card advantage, we move over the freeze bar. Janice fills in the spaces for Tom, and the question goes to Tom. Now, Tom... Now, this has been in the news lately, so it should be an interesting poll. And we asked 100 people, do you think a city should have the right to fire a woman firefighter just because she wants to nurse her baby at the fire station? How many people said a city should have the right to fire her?
Well, you know, I read that story, and I think most of the people are pulling for the lady. She has her rights, even though it's a man's world, and she wasn't doing it in front of him. So I would have to say...
Well, I doubt very seriously now if our poll was about that one specific case, but rather
I'm basing it on
whether
that.
A woman has that right or not.
I think they do have that right.
Well, how many said a city should have the right to fire her?
I'd say 25, Jim.
25 people out of 100 said the city should have the right to fire her.
I think that... I think it's a little bit higher because it's a very controversial issue, and there are many people that think that if you give women that right, then men are going to want other kinds of rights, and it'll get into a
I've
big
always
hassle.
wanted to nurse at the fire station, yes. And let's find out the actual number of people who said that city should have the right to fire a woman firefighter if she nurses her baby at the fire station is 37. It is higher. Sidel. Sidel, we left off with an 8.
Change it, please.
Wants to get rid of the 8 and a 9.
Okay, I'll have to go lower.
Lower than a 9. No, it's a jack. It is not lower. There's a first break for the challenger. Tom, a chance to play off the 10.
Lower, Jim.
Lower than the 10.
All
He's
right,
with
good
a 6.
card. I'm going to say higher, Jim.
Risking it. Higher than a 6? No! Tom, you just can't put 2 cards together there. Sidell, we asked 100 married men. Have you ever tried to confess something to your wife, but then lost your nerve before you could spit it out? How many men said that's happened to them?
Oh, I'm sure many men have. When faced with the actual moment, all of a sudden they lose their courage. So I'll say it'd be pretty high, maybe 60.
60 men have gotten the lump, as we used to say in slow-pitch softball, Tom.
Jim, in own experience, I've really got to that close to saying it and then said, no way, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to say it's higher than that.
Even higher?
Yes.
The actual number of married men who've tried to confess something but lost their nerve is 37, not higher, Sidell. That's surprisingly low. Sidell, you got a 9.
Change the 9.
Doesn't even want to wait for me to get here. A 6.
Okay, I'll have to go higher.
Higher than a 6? An ace!
Lower.
Lower than the ace, a 9. Freezing it. And we have a very interesting board. Sidell needs 1 card. Tom needs 4. This is sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards. And, Tom, you've got some catching up to do.
Got to come back.
Tom, we asked 100 Mississippi State troopers. Have you ever had to arrest a personal friend? How many Mississippi State troopers said yes, they have?
100. Mississippi troopers that had to. I'd have to say that's kind of low. I mean, how many friends could they arrest? I'm going to say 15.
15
yes.
Mississippi State troopers out of 100 have had to arrest a personal friend.
Well, I think chances are that there would come across more than 15, so I'll go higher.
You figure they have more law-breaking friends,
Yeah.
huh? The actual number of Mississippi State troopers who've arrested a friend is 81! Incredibly higher! What do they do down there? Now, Sidell, it is sudden death. You have a 9. You need 1 card. Tom has a 10. He needs 4. You've got control. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'll pass.
All right, Tom, this is it.
Okay.
You need all 4 cards. Get them all. You've tied up the match. Make 1 mistake, and Sidell wins the championship with a 10. Call this.
Jim, I'll have to say it's still lower, please.
Lower than a 10.
All
yes,
right.
a 7.
I haven't seen any high cards, so I'm going to say it's higher.
Higher than a 7.
All
It
right,
is an
all right.
8. You're up the middle and 2 to go.
This is a tough one. I'm going to say it's higher. I'm going to say it's
Higher
higher.
than an 8. Is he right?
Oh.
No, it's not higher. And Sidell, in sudden death, wins the championship. Oh. You had a tough road to hoe there with 4 cards, Tom. Thank you for joining us. Tom Stitch and Sidell, come on down here. A good win there. And Sidell Wiener, who has now won $4,200 with that additional 200, goes for the big money with the money cards right after this. Back with our champion, Sidell Wiener. Are you ready to go for the big money?
I sure am.
And you've cut those money cards?
I did.
Let's do it. Let's get to the money cards. Come on, Sidell. Okay. You've done very well in the game. Let's top it off.
Okay.
And as always in the money cards, we give you $200 of new money, and these 3 cards on the bottom line, bet them as you will. Move up to the second level, we give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bets are $50. Till you get to the top card, the big bet, there you must risk at least half the money. Good luck.
Okay.
Here's $200, Sidell, and you can, of course, change your base card on each of the 3 levels if you need to. I hope you get good ones and don't need to. $200. You start with a 9.
Change it, please.
Can't say as I blame you. The 9 becomes a king.
Okay. All of it lower.
$200, the whole thing, lower than a king. Yeah, 2.
Okay, I'll bet all of it higher.
$400, higher than a 2. Yes, and still a good card.
Okay, I'll bet 600 higher.
$600 that this card is higher than a 4. Oh, another king is great. Up goes the king with the other 200. You have $1,600 already in a king.
Okay, I will keep it, and I will bet 1,500 lower.
$1,500. Lower than a king. Yes! 3,100 and an 8.
I'm going to go $100 that it's lower.
$100 lower than the 8. A queen. But you held back beautifully on the bad card. Now you've got a better one.
Okay, I'll bet $2,000 that it's lower.
Big bet on a queen. $2,000 lower than a queen. Yes! $5,000 as we move the 10 up for the big bet. Do you want it?
I would like to change it, please.
That this is a big change for the big bet. Sidell will play a 4. You must bet at least $2,500. You have $5,000. You're looking at a pretty good card. What's your big bet?
I'm so chicken. I think I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet $2,500 because that is higher.
You're holding back.
I am.
Well, you'll be assured of at least $2,500.
Right.
I'd love to see it be $7,500.
Me too.
Higher than a 4. Come on. No. And everybody went, oh, and you held back, but you came out on top of that beautifully. $2,500. 200 in the game. That's $2,700. Not too bad.
No,
Did you have a feeling about that card?
well, I just didn't want to tempt fate.
Well, she held back, and she was right, and she now has $6,700 in cash. New challenger coming out in just a moment. I thought we would have been it all, but you were right. Back with our champion, Sidell Wiener. And yes, you were all alone saying, I don't like that card, right? All right, Sidell, Janice is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards. Here comes a new challenger on Card Sharks. Peggy Powers. Hello, Peggy. Nice to meet you. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name's Peggy Powers, and I'm from Valencia, California. I'm a native Californian. I have an absolutely gorgeous 3-year-old daughter and a wonderful husband.
Good, good. And you are a busy housewife at home?
Yes, for the meantime, till my daughter gets in school anyway.
Well, I hope you're enjoying it.
Oh, I am.
And I hope
Thank
you'll
you.
enjoy your stay here with us, Peggy. You've cut the cards?
Yes, I have.
Then we're all set to go. Starting, as always, with a question to the champion, Sidell. Sidell, we polled 100 women who support the women's liberation movement. They all belong to the National Organization for Women. And we asked them, should a man ever be entitled to collect alimony from his ex-wife? All the divorced men. Well, how many feminists said a man should be entitled to collect alimony?
Well, I think that the feminists tend to be fair-minded. And so I'm going to say a pretty high amount of them would. I'll say about 55.
That high, huh, Sidell? 55 out of 100 feminists said a man should be entitled to collect alimony. Peggy, what do you think?
Well, I disagree. Even though I believe feminists are probably pretty fair, I still think that women, look, they usually are going to have the children and stuff. And so they really, I don't think they think the man needs it so much. So I'm going to say it's lower. Lower.
The actual number of feminists who think a man should be entitled to collect alimony is 86. It is not low. Sidell. What I find interesting there, do you realize there were 14 feminists who thought more of the money? Sidell, you start off this match with a 5.
5. Okay, I'll change it.
Did they talk you into something? Well, are they right? Changing the 5? Oh, they're not right. It's a 6.
Okay, I'll go higher.
Higher than a 6. Yes, a 10.
Okay, I'm going to freeze on the 10, Jim.
Take the 1 card advantage, and that keeps Peggy away from her cards. Peggy, here's your first question. Peggy, we asked 100 secretaries. If your boss asked you to type a letter and you knew it was full of lies, would you refuse to do it? How many secretaries said they would refuse to type the letter?
That has got to be a very small number. I have been a secretary, and boy, you don't refuse anything. At least I wouldn't. Oh, well. No,
See the kind of people we get down here, friends?
Well, within reason. So I'm going to say that 10 would refuse.
10 would refuse to write that letter if they knew it was all lies.
Well, I would hope that there would be more than 10 secretaries with guts and with a sense of truth. So I'm going to say it's higher.
Higher. The actual number of secretaries who would have refused to type the letter is 13. Just a little higher, but you got it, Sidell. with a 10.
Okay, change to 10, please.
Now she can get rid of it. Oh, a 2 is a great change.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. An ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace, a 3.
Higher.
For the first game of the match, higher, and it is with a king. Game 1 of the champion with some great cards. Can the challenger make a comeback? We'll find out right after this commercial break. Game 1 of the champion. Janice is dealing out from the same 2 decks of cards. And those are the next cards off the top of the deck as we start game. Gotten so angry at you that you were actually afraid of her. How many men said yes?
Well, I've gotten pretty angry at my husband from time to time, but he's never really gotten afraid. So I'll say it's not too many. Maybe about... He's never really gotten afraid. So I'll say it's not too many. Maybe about 35.
35. I don't think you could be that scary, Sidell. No. She says 35 out of 100 men said, yeah, the wife's gotten so angry they were afraid. Peggy, what do you think?
Well, I don't think that it would be too high. I'm not too physical. I mean, violent-wise. So, I am really getting myself in deep, aren't I? However, I suppose, again, back to women's lib, there's a lot of bruisers out there, so I'll say that it's higher than Sidell's answer.
Higher? You think they're more, huh? Boy, if I ever need a non-violent secretary, Peggy, you got the job. The actual number of married men whose wife has gotten so mad at them they were actually afraid of her is 21, not higher. Sidell. I guess there are a lot who are not that physical. Sidell, the champion, starts with a king.
Okay, lower.
Lower than a king. An 8.
Freeze.
Isn't it amazing how often someone says freeze when they see that middle card? Peggy, oh, listen to this one. I love this question. We found 100 married women who have a pet pig. And we asked these 100 married women with a pet pig, who leaves a bigger mess around the house, your pet pig or your husband? How many women said their husband leaves a bigger mess?
Oh, that number's got to be very high. Men are much more piggish than pigs. I was afraid. Maybe I should just leave now. So I'm going to say that number is 75.
75 women with a pig for a pet out of 100 said the husband is a bigger mess.
Okay, well, husbands can be pretty sloppy. I know mine is from time to time, but a pig really makes a mess. So I'll say it's lower.
Lower. Well, the men at least agree with you. Let's find. I'm curious to find out the answer to this one. The actual number of married women whose husband leaves a bigger mess than their pig is 83. It's not lower, Peggy. Peggy, I have no comment about that whatsoever. Peggy, you'll start with an 8.
Oh, change that, please.
Getting rid of the 8 with a 5.
Oh, okay, a little better. We're going to say it's higher.
Higher than a 5. Oh, an ace.
Terrific. Okay, lower.
Lower than an ace. A 2.
Oh, higher.
Higher than the 2. A 6.
Higher.
You're going to try for it.
I'm going to try it.
She's taking a big gamble. She's going to lose them all, or she's going to tie up the match. Higher than a 6. She tied it up. Peggy took a chance, and it paid off, and we have a tie. Each player with 1 game and $100. Let us quickly set up for the tiebreaker. And with 3 cards up there and 3 questions here, we start with a question to you, Sidell. Sidell, we found 100 unmarried couples who are living together, and we asked the women, do you think the 2 of you will get married someday? How many women thought that someday they would get married?
You're asking the women. If you were asking the women, I would say that 60 would think that they would get married.
60 think that they'll get married someday. Peggy, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher. The actual number of unmarried women who thought they would get married someday is 68. Peggy, you're right. It is higher. And in the tiebreaker, Peggy starts with a 9.
Change that card, please.
Getting rid of the 9 with a 4.
Oh,
Better
good.
card.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. Oh, no, a 2 is not higher. A big break for the champion. And Sidell, you'll play a 9 also.
Okay.
She did not win the question. She cannot change
Lower.
it. Lower than a 9. It is a 3.
Okay. We'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. If it's higher, Sidell retains the championship for the win. Yes! Sidell wins it. much. Peggy, thank you for joining us. $100 is a nice party gift. Thanks for being here. Peggy Powers. Sidell, come on down. She keeps the championship. We'll be right back right after this. That's about all the time we have for now. Sidell plays the money cards on our next Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
One of our polling groups will receive Amana's Touchmatic 2 radar range microwave oven featuring an automatic temperature control system that cooks any cut of meat moist and tender made and furnished by Amana. And some of our contestants will receive Billy the Kid fashion coordinates for boys of all ages from toddlers to teens. Billy the Kid boys wear available in all leading stores. And an electric knife and Unicap G high potency the vitamin for people on the go. 11 essential vitamins, 6 important minerals including iron and zinc from Unicap T. And La Crosse quality manicure accessories. A standard of quality for nail files, tweezers, nail clips, emery boards, cuticle and nail scissors and nippers, La Crosse. And a gift certificate from Color Tile. Add glamour to floors, walls, and countertops with mosaic tile in an assortment of designs and colors. Do-it-yourself savings with Supermart Convenience Color Tile. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.